In the upcoming culling game arc of JJK, there will be many new badass sorcerers who will participate in the game willingly or forced by Kenjaku to play. So here is the short introduction of all new characters coming in Season 3. The first one is Angel. She is a sorcerer from the Heian era who has been incarnated by Kenjaku to participate in the culling game, having come to possess Hana Kurusu's body. She aims to wipe out all other incarnated players and mainly Sukuna as he was the one who killed her. She has the cursed technique, which allows her to extinguish any and all types of cursed techniques by which she unseals Gojo from prison realm. The number 2 is Charles Bernard. He is an aspiring mangaka who was aggressively pursuing his goals until he was unwillingly forced to participate in the culling game. Charles can conjure G-Warstaff, a cursed tool to which his innate cursed technique is directly tied. G-Warstaff is a long spear with a pen-shaped tip. By drawing his opponent's blood into the pen's tip, Charles can fulfill the condition for ink. After which, Charles can use the ink to mark his opponents with a manga panel. This panel is forward from the present, allowing Charles to peer into his target's very near future, starting with just 1 second. As G-Warstaff draws more blood and fills with ink, Charles is able to see further into the future. Number 3 is Chizuru Haru. He was a Jujutsu sorcerer participating in the culling game. Chizoru's technique allows him to shift his fingers into dark claws and attack sorcerers directly. Number 4 is Dhruv Lakdawala. He is a Jujutsu sorcerer from the past who was incarnated by Kenjaku for the culling game. This is the second incarnation for the veteran sorcerer who once conquered Japan on his own during the Civil War. He is a powerful Shikigami user. Number 5 is Fumihiko Takaba. He is a failing comedian who was one of many normal people turned into a sorcerer by Kenjaku in order to participate in the culling game. He has cursed technique called comedian. When Fumihiko thinks of something he's certain will be funny, it becomes reality. It's a technique with enough potential to oppose even Satoru Gojo, but Fumihiko is utterly clueless of his own power. Number 6 is Hagane Dato. He is the incarnation of a nameless master swordsman and is currently participating in the culling game. Hagane borrowed Maki's replica of the split soul katana. It can cut through the toughest substances to reach the soul, but exerting its full powers requires eyes that can perceive the souls of inorganic matter. Number 7 is Hajime Kashimo, known as the God of Lightning. He is a sorcerer from 400 years ago, currently inhabiting the body of someone Kenjaku prepared as a vessel. He has powerful electrified cursed energy and wants to fight Sukuna. Number 8 is Hanyu. She and her partner Haba are culling game players who targeted rookies in the Tokyo colony until they were both defeated by Yuji Itadori. Number 9 is Hiromi Higuruma. He is a defense attorney who often took on impossibly difficult cases in order to protect the wrongfully accused. Having since given up on the justice system completely, Hiromi currently participates in the culling game as one of the top players. He initially serves as an antagonist of the culling game arc before a change of heart leads him to cooperate with Yuji Itadori. He is a very powerful sorcerer as he can use Shikigami, domain expansion, reverse curse technique and anti-domain expansion techniques. Number 10 is Iori Hazunoki. He is a Jujutsu sorcerer from the past who was incarnated by Kenjaku for the culling game. Hazunoki aligned himself with Reggie Star's group, who all serve as antagonists for the culling game arc. Hazunoki's innate technique allows him to remotely detonate his own body parts and use them as bombs. He generally does so by removing his eyes and teeth before using them as projectiles and exploding them on command. Using reverse curse technique to replace his lost body parts makes it simple for Hazunoki to continue creating bombs and barrage his targets with explosions. Number 11 is Kurorashi. It was a special grade cockroach cursed spirit released from Kenjaku's cursed spirit manipulation in order to participate in the culling game as a player. Kurorashi could produce and control countless swarms of real cockroaches reinforced by its cursed energy. These man-eating cockroaches could strip all the flesh off a group of humans in seconds. He nearly killed Yuta in fight. Number 12 is Reggie Star. He is a Jujutsu sorcerer from the past who was incarnated to participate in the culling game. Reggie led his own group of sorcerers and served as an antagonist for the culling game arc. By burning a contract such as a receipt with cursed energy, Reggie could recreate whatever was written on it into existence. This was not limited to physical objects, as the effects of services like spa treatments could be instantly recreated as well. Recreated items could be given commands like Shikigami, but they would disappear after carrying it out. Number 13 is Remi. She was a normal human turned Jujutsu sorcerer by Kenjaku for the culling game. Remi aligned herself with Reggie Star's group. Remi's technique allows her to manipulate her scorpion tail-like hair to attack her enemies. Number 14 is Ryu Ishigori. He is a Jujutsu sorcerer from 400 years ago who was incarnated into the modern era by Kenjaku to participate in the culling game as a player. Ryu's can shoot directed blasts of cursed energy from his cannon-shaped pompadour. He is the only sorcerer that can still release the same amount of power regardless of if his cursed technique is activated or not. Number 15 is Takako Yuro. She is a Jujutsu sorcerer from 1,000 years ago who was incarnated by Kenjaku for the culling game. In her first life, Takako Yuro was the captain of the Sun, Moon, and Stars Squad, a group of assassins affiliated with the Fujiwara clan. She has a deadly power to manipulate space, and hence is one of the strongest player in culling game. Number 16 is Uraum, also known as the Frozen Star. They are a curse user from 1,000 years ago who is a direct subordinate to Sukuna. They aligned themselves with Kenjaku to seal Satoru Gojo and revive Sukuna. Uraum's innate technique gives them the ability to create and manipulate ice, and can also use reverse curse technique. Number 17 is Yorizu. She was a Jujutsu sorcerer from Eizu during the Heian era who was acknowledged by the Fujiwara clan and was in love with Sukuna. She was incarnated into the body of Sumiki Fushiguro for the culling game. Yorizu could recreate any substance she recognized except for special cursed tools, for example insect wings and armored. So these were the new characters in culling game arc. For more videos, subscribe to the channel. See you again.